As a nerdy engineer, I'm always thinking, what's the most efficient way to increase my home's energy efficiency? And almost every winter, I do this palm test on my exterior walls, and it only takes a few minutes. And just to give you a little bit of context, I live in an older home with mainly 2x4 stud framing and batted insulation between the studs and a drywall on the inside. And this palm test tells me not only the quality of the insulation, but it reveals problems beyond the insulation. And I'm not telling you to go ahead and rip a problem wall right now or spend the money right now. I'm simply showing you how I build a mental map of which walls are losing heat and which walls are fine. Because the way I use this information is during a major remodel. So that way I kill two birds with one shot. I'm saving money, I'm replacing or upgrading the insulation, and I'm fixing problems beyond the insulation. And by the way, I would not have known the issues behind the walls had I not done the assessment that I'm about to show you. This particular wall has been telling me every winter it's got some major issues. So when we decided to renovate this room, we're adding a walk-in closet here and doing a high quality painting. We decided to just go ahead and rip this wall down, and I discovered what I suspected there would be. So let me show you how I do this palm assessment. The method. Take about 5 minutes per room. First, touch an interior wall that doesn't face outside. Place your palm flat on the drywall, and this is your baseline temperature. And then move to an exterior wall and drag your palm slowly across, side to side, and then up and down. And feel for temperature changes. The most vulnerable areas are exterior corners, where insulation is often missing or poorly installed, or outlets and switches behind the electrical box. There's usually no insulation or minimal insulation. Electrical wires create holes that often aren't sealed. If your rim joist isn't insulated, which is common in older homes, cold air blows up into the wall cavities. When electricians run new wire during retrofit, they sometimes move or compress insulation. And insulation works by trapping air in tiny little air pockets, and when it's compressed, the heat moves through it much faster. So this step is optional. After the palm test, you can use a simple laser thermometer for precision. So this thermometer, I got it from Amazon. I can leave the link exactly what model this is. It says Gosney infrared thermometer. It's just a kitchen thermometer for pizza oven. This is not a thermal image camera that costs, $300-400. You can point at the cold spot, 63, then at a normal spot. 64, if there's more than 5-degree difference, make a note. Why winter works. Winter is perfect time for this. Today in Northern Virginia, it's 23 degrees outside and 68 degrees inside. A 45-degree temperature difference compared to in summer with our AC at 74 inside and 95, let's say, outside. Only 21-degree difference. Winter gives you more than twice the sensitivity. Most homeowners don't know the problems behind the drywall, and they pay extra for energy. So right now, while it's cold, you can identify the problem areas and then take action during a major remodel. My decision. So we decided to remodel this room. So we're building a walk-in closet, and we're also doing a high standard painting. So we decided to get 2 quotes, one for the base project, The other one is for base project plus upgrading this wall. And for your reference, this wall is about 8 by 8 feet. And the second quote was only $1,000 more in labor, which is a great deal for us. It's a win-win situation. We get to save money, save time, have an upgraded wall where we can stay more comfortable in the winter, and the contractor gets more work, more pay. We did the same thing when we renovated our bathroom. We demoed the exterior wall, upgraded the insulation, plugged all the holes. It might have cost us $2,000 additional money, labor and material, on top of tens of thousands of dollars overall project cost. Now the bathroom is the warmest room in our room. So the other exterior wall in this room, we left them alone because they have very minor issues. It's not worth the costs. The discovery. When we pulled the drywall, here's what we found. Big gaps along the exterior corner, about quarter-sized penetrations where I could literally feel wind blowing through them. I could almost see daylight from the outside. And you see this missing insulation in this area right here? When we opened up the drywall, this is how the insulation was placed. My guess is during a retrofit, the person who ran a new electrical wire in this wall pulled out some insulation and never replaced them. So we caulked every gaps, plugged every penetrations, and this wall had R11 insulation. We removed them and we installed R15. We originally planned to remove just the middle section and slip insulation behind the existing drywall, 2 feet up and 2 feet down, but that became impossible to do a quality work in this 2 feet deep cavities. So we removed the drywall almost from floor to ceiling to ensure every space is filled with the new insulation. The results. The renovated wall now reads a consistent 64 degrees across the entire surface. No cold spots. Let's do a hand test. Here, it feels nice and comfortable. This wall is not cold at all. This untouched wall reads 62 degrees with R11 insulation. Slightly cooler, but no significant cold spots other than this. So this wall is not worth the extra cost to replace the insulation. Before we removed the wall on cold days, it was giving us 5 to maybe even 8 degree swings. Now it's consistent, and it's comfortable and properly sealed. So once you do these hand assessments and find out that there are no cold spots on your walls, congratulations, your wall is working how it's supposed to work. But if you find out that there are a few cold spots, then there's no hurry. You can work on it when you do a renovation or at least do a high standard painting of that room. Or if you find out that there are 1 or 2 really dramatic cold spots and you say, well, I want to take care of it right now. First, visually confirm it. Wherever you have that cold spot, make a hole on the drywall to see, is the insulation missing? Is there a hole behind the insulation? Once you visually confirm it, then you can either tear down the whole wall and upgrade the whole wall, plug all the holes, upgrade the insulation, or you can just fix those problem areas. If you have 1 or 2 spots, just make a hole on that spot, fix the problems, put the new insulation, patch up the drywall. You have all these options. And if you'd like to know more about how insulation work, specifically how attic insulation work and how you can assess it when it snows, I made another video. I will leave the link in the description below. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. And once you do this assessment on your walls, please let me know in the comments how it went. I would love to know. My name is Achma, structural engineer in Northern Virginia, your guide to maximize the value of your house. Thanks for watching. I don't know how much it is right now, but I can leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. But there are definitely cheaper thermometers that you can buy. You know what? You don't even need thermometer. You already have built-in thermometer in your body, part of your body. You just won't know the actual numbers, but you know, in general, what the normal average temperature feels like versus the cold temperature.